Sorry.
Sorry about that. I was just getting the dates. January 9th, 2025. It's around 7:40 a.m.
Okay, I guess I've got to start a new video.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Yes, I did. I tried doing that before.
Can I upload both together?
Yes.
How do I do them together?
Or you don't do it together, but you upload one and you upload another.
Nah, there has to be a way. I guess I could edit it, right? I'll figure it out.
You don't have to edit it. Or, you know what?
Somehow we went off by accident, so. And we're not starting over. Probably people think we're nuts walking down the street with this selfie stick, recording ourselves.
A lot of people do it.
I know a lot of people do it, but.
So you don't see any YouTubers around here. Oh, my friends at school are YouTubers. So.
Well, everyone's trying to be on YouTube. Everyone wants to be YouTube famous.
And plus, it's really fun to make videos.
So far, we'll see. This is only our second one. Me and Selyna talked about this and had this idea after watching a few other people on YouTube that inspired us. And we were supposed to start it on the weekend, but Selyna decided to do a solo one on Monday when she had a snow day. So I posted it. She thinks it's cringy, but I thought it's alright.
It's a little bit cringy. The first part is cringy. And sorry about that, I am a slow walk.
She says because she got little legs. It is freezing though. It's a tad bit nippy outside. Even with my glove on, I can feel the cold through it.
Yeah, I have to put my hands in my pocket. And the wind is definitely not.
Yeah, the wind's not helping.
The wind is just like making it more cold. Colder than when we got out.
Once we get closer to school.
I had to bring my goggles, so it was already cold when I went out. Chewy, he was racing and he wanted to go in. He said that he was cold and all types of stuff. You couldn't even feel his fur.
His fur was cold. Boots with the fur.
I already know that. He's trying to clean.
PA.
He probably just has social anxiety, and I think I should be on
He has social anxiety? No, he has separation anxiety.
separate. But he also has social too. He'll get scared.
Yeah, he's scared of everything. Ooh, it is cold. It's terrible outside. In the words of Sir Charles Barkley. One of the best 76ers of all time. Terrible.
And then we got a sand hill right there.
Third hill.
Remember, Dad, when I used to go over that with my bike?
Yeah.
And now I'm scared of that.
We're taking a little break here. I don't want to embarrass her in school, in front of school. Like, what's your dad doing with this video?
You can do it. Put it back up.
Yeah, hold on. Now, how am I doing it now? I gotta warm up my face. This is crazy. Oh.
So I'm not gonna be here every single day, but my dad will make videos every single day.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do it every single day and see what happens with YouTube and the people out there who are just interested in our boring life. But obviously, as time goes on, we'll talk about different things, tell you more about us.
And maybe we'll do some fun stuff too.
Oh yeah, you'll see the fun stuff. Like
We'll do a mix up. We'll do
like some things we like to do, or Selyna we'll do together is like ice skating, roller skating.
so my
Play
school's
soccer.
actually coming up with the roller skating thing, and maybe we can take a video on the roller skating.
Yeah.
So, when's it again?
It's at the end of the month.
Yeah.
All right. You ready? This is where we say bye.
All right.
I love you. You
Bye.
want to give me the hat?
We're not at
Give
the
me the
door. We're not at the door, but still.
All right, hurry up so you don't freeze.
All right.
Get on that side. I love you. Be good. Listen.
Love you, Dad. Bye. Bye.
Just checking her out. Yeah, it's freezing out. Always sucks when she leaves me. Gets a little depressing, a little sad. I wish I could spend every minute with her. It used to be pretty good back a couple years ago. And then things just got bad between me and her mom. She was alienated from me for a whole year. I didn't see her. Actually, more than once she was alienated from me. That's what happens when you're in a relationship with with somebody who's very narcissistic. They steal off you. They took everything. So, like, I guess a little bit more about the story, or we'll go on about it, is back in 2013, me and her mom met. No, well, actually 2012, but it was the end of 2012. Like literally a week before New Year's. And then we started seeing each other, I guess only a couple weeks later, like steady or more serious. In 2013, then my mom got real sick. Wound up finding out she had stage 4 cancer. Only lived like a month and a half, something like that, after we found out. She passed away, and that was it. My father already died back in 2004 when I was 24 years old. Right now I'm 44. I'll be 45 next month. So I'm basically like Batman. You know, I'm an orphan. No parents. I don't have no siblings. Well, my dad got remarried, and he had two little girls. They're, I guess, my half sisters, but they live in Australia, so I don't really see them much. Or I haven't seen them I seen the one, Lila. She came and visit back in 2008. She was like, I think 16 years old at the time. So that's about it on that one. So my mom left me a house. And it was our house, my childhood house, and I came into a little bit of money because of my mom's death. But she was smart, she invested, did stuff, and I was basically used for it all. I mean, I had people coming out of woodworks asking me for borrow money, took forever to get paid back. People that just ripped me off, just basically told me I was beat, that I'm not getting paid back. Then her mom didn't want to live in Fishtown. That's where I lived at, even though it was a free house. But that's what narcissists do. They want to pull you away from like what you know, and they, like, your family, your support team. So they get you away from that, and then once they get you away, that they gradually, like, just beat you down and discard you. They all of a sudden they don't like any of the things that when they met you they supposedly liked. So I was into mummers, which is a Philadelphia tradition. It's a parade that they do every year on New Year's Day. It's a very expensive hobby. So you're a part of a clubhouse if you're a member. It's like a big family, all friends. It's a really good time. You know, we're the only ones that do it. I was a part of it my whole life since I was a baby. My father had me in it. Him and his brother were in a club. We were all in the same club. And then there was a little falling out, and with members in the club. Certain friends of mine started their own club, another club, caused a big fight. I really had no ambition, or I actually lost my interest in the parade altogether because my mom dying and stuff like that. But then afterwards, I had guys from the new club begging me, or calling me and asking me to join their club, and my ex, my daughter's mom, was like, "You should leave your club you're in now. They don't care about you." Like, basically manipulated me and leaving. It was one of the worst mistakes I ever made. I don't know why I listened to her. She didn't know nothing about it. I should have consulted a couple members of my club and like talked to them, told them how I was feeling, what was going on, but I didn't. And then we moved up to the Northeast. With the money I received for my mom's death, I put a big chunk down on the house. We looked at like 40 different houses. It was the most grueling, like, biggest headache. It sucked. Nothing's worse than moving and looking for a new house. It's terrible. It's not like buying a car, I'll tell you that much. And it's just stopping at places, and some people, their houses are nasty. They don't even clean them. You're just like, it's nuts. So we moved up here in 2014. Then I had a rough year in 2015, which I'll make another video about that at a later time. Well, for the first, I would say, 4 months of 2015. But we didn't move up here till September of 2014. So the whole year, I was still living in Fishtown. And it was all right. I liked it, but she didn't like it. So it caused a lot of problems. And so at one point, like, basically after in 2014, after we moved up here, we had 2 houses. So, and then in 2015, after all the bad stuff, the things were like moving along. I tried to rent the house out to somebody I met from somebody I thought I knew, but he stopped paying me. The house got destroyed with him living in it, and he got evicted, and that was it. Then things were like, I thought things were fine, but my daughter's mom didn't. So she all of a sudden didn't like anything I did. She didn't like the mummers no more. She didn't like, I play a lot of hockey. She didn't like that. She didn't like certain people I hung out with. It was just like everything that she liked prior, all of a sudden now went out the door. She didn't like it no more. So that was that. And then 2016 comes around, and it was my birthday, and we got into a huge fight. I don't even know, she kind of just flipped out over nothing. It had nothing to even do with her, but she just snapped for some reason, started going off on 2 of my friends, and then one off on me. And then right after work, and then like the next week, she said she didn't want to be with me, but we were still living together. It was weird. Actually, she didn't say she didn't want to be with me. I guess she just said because we got into a fight, in her eyes, we weren't together, but we never like had like an official, like, oh, we're broken up. It was just like a bad fight. And then she started seeing some guy behind my back that she met online. She'll never admit that she cheated to court because it's always your fault. They do no wrong, no accountability. That was it. And then she tried to do some dirty tricks. She lied to the police and said I tried to kill myself. And then she moved out, and she moved in with the guy. She hid my daughter from me for a month before I finally got her back. She was getting PFAs, saying, oh, she was living in Collingswood, New Jersey with some guy, and then calls to tell me she slept with him and how great he was. I got upset, which I would think any guy would, like finding out your girl, who she used to tell everyone I was her fiance, and she would say she's a fake holy roller, like everything's God, God, God. And she was like, in the eyes of God, we're married. But all of a sudden that went out the window. And the guy she got with was just married. And his wife, the guy was a psychopath. And the guy wound up, he was only married for like a week. And I guess he was abusive, or I don't know what he was to his ex-wife. But she pieced out and left him. And moved out of the state. Moved somewhere else. That ain't a red flag. I don't know what it is, but she didn't care. And she was paying his bills and letting him use her car and all types of stuff. Dude, used the shit in her. That's her fault. And then she played victim, was telling everyone how I wasn't letting her in the house, I wouldn't let her have her clothes. She was living out of the trunk of her car. All like, woe's me, but none of it was true. And then she wanted to come back, we talked, and I took her back. But it was just happened I had to sell my house in Fishtown for her to come back. Like, then all of a sudden she wanted to come back. So I sold my house because our house up here was going under because she wasn't helping with the bills because she was living with somebody else. So we were supposed to split everything, and that didn't happen. So that's that one. Then she came back. She just happened to come back when I get $190,000 put in my bank account because I sold my house for cash. And then she comes back and everything was great. You know, she wanted me to stop drinking. I stopped drinking. She wanted me to quit the mummers. I quit the mummers. She wanted me to stop playing hockey. I stopped playing hockey. She didn't want me to hang out with certain friends. I didn't hang out with them certain friends. None of it was good enough. I was still told I suck. She was still texting the guy, telling him how great he was, telling him how great he was in bed. It sucked. So it's like a little bit of my life story, what happened just the last couple of years. My daughter's mom. And this is the start of how I don't get her now, or I don't have her as much. So I went from seeing her every day. I was with, like, I started a job as an installer with the Carpenters Union, but we didn't work much. So majority of the time I had my daughter, and my ex, she worked, she's a social worker, but she never paid any of the bills. And then after about, I would say she was back for a little less than a year. It was March of 2017. And all of a sudden she was like, oh yeah, you go out with your friends, go down to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Went down, she's like, you could drink if you want. And I was texting her, telling her how much I love her, all this like, you know, gooey stuff, like, oh, you're the best. She wouldn't answer back. I got mad, said some bad things. Well, I made fun of the dude that she cheated on me with. For some reason, I always triggered her. And then she replied back, was like the most weirdest thing, like just because I pay for everything doesn't mean I own her or something like that, even though I never kept her from doing anything, never was a controller. She had freedom to do whatever she wanted. This is a girl who couldn't go to a regular gym, had to go to special classes, which I paid for. They were $500 a piece. $500 each session. She did it twice. She had a storage facility that had nothing but junk in it. Everything was worthless. It was just stuff from when she was a baby, from when her son was a baby, paperwork, just like a hoarder. And it went to auction 2 times. So I had to pay, that was $1,000 twice. I took her, her brother, her son, my daughter, and us two to Disney World for 10 days. Disney and Universal. Trip was $15,000. That wasn't good enough. We went up to Poconos for a week in the summer and like stayed at this one place, had a big pool. It was awesome. That wasn't good enough. We rented a camper. We went camping for a week. Where our friends of ours, they used to do it every summer in I guess Lansdowne, I forget where it was there. But that was called Circle N. Nice place. That wasn't good enough. Then what? And then in the winter, we went to the Poconos again for New Year's. That wasn't good enough. That ain't counting how many dinners we went to. Her car got repoed. I got it back for her. She needed money for her certification for work. I got that for her. I paid for that so she could be certified to be a therapist and all this stuff. Never once appreciation. Oh, she wanted to go skydiving. I paid for that. I mean, I texted her saying, thanks, babe, I love you so much for everything you do. I promise to pay you back. Now she goes around and tells people I never paid for nothing. It's like so weird, her mindset. Oh, because she's got engaged now. Now she's engaged again. It's like her 4th engagement to some other guy that's using her. Now this guy was just married, wasn't even married a year, got divorced, just had his final, I guess, well, he's basically cheating on his wife with her, so they were hiding each other. So now they finally just came out and tell everyone that they're together, and the dude's a scumbag. So, what goes around comes around. I have a feeling the dude's going to use her and take everything from her. She's not going to have, she's going to get left with nothing. Marriage, it probably won't last long. And then, I don't know, then basically, oh, well, she sued me for the house that I bought up here. So, she lied, sued me, said that I would get, we made a deal with her scumbag lawyer. Oh, this is after we went to court too for Selyna. When she got more PFAs, had me arrested multiple times, lied. Got called a liar in court by the judge. It was pretty funny, in a very nice way. He just said he had high doubts about her story. And then, went to custody. At first they were like 50-50 because they seen how much I had Selyna, and she flipped and was like, accused me of very nasty things that never happened. It was just a lie. Then was trying to get Selyna to say it happened. But like, I mean, Selyna, thank God Selyna was only 4 at the time and could see through it. So then we had to go to court. We go to family court in Philadelphia, which is like every family court, it's terrible. But they weren't that biased, but it's still, but for some reason they didn't give me 50-50, they just gave me partial. And I mean, even the judge scolded her for alienating her. She was like, you know, if you ever do it again, she actually said, I'll throw your ass in jail. And she still did it. She didn't care. She still alienates. But Selyna was so happy to see me. Well, first of all, the judge court ordered her to bring her to court, and she refused. So we had to wait for her to go pick up Selyna, which, by the way, she was hiding Selyna in a school in Feasterville. Because that's what she would do. She would take Selyna and put her in a different school so I couldn't find her. And then so the one time I did find her in school and I took her back, I only had her for a week. And she called DHS and 911. She called DHS, I think, 13 times, and 911 9 times for me. Cops just, like, eventually they stopped showing up. And they knew she was, like, nuts. And they're like, and even the judge was like, why? And she's like, I was just so scared. And, like, the judge's like, of what? She's with her father. Like, so that's what type of person she is. So, I mean, her son's older now, but she never let her son see his dad either. So that should have been a red flag to me, too. So, you know. And her whole family's just weird. Like, I remember, like, just her, like, she's like, oh, this is my sister that my dad had with another woman, and this is my other sister that my dad had with another woman, and this is my brother, and this is my brother that my mom had with another dude. And I'm like, you have all these, like they got around. Like, it's just insane. Like, they all have, like, all these kids with multiple people. It's nuts. You can't be keeping, and, like, they don't, like, all hang out and talk, like, constantly, but when they get together, they act like they're, like, this big happy family. They all can't stand each other. They all talk crap about each other behind each other's back. It's insane. But they're all holy rollers. It's just crazy, like, their whole Christian values go right out the window when they're getting with married men and married women. That's it on that one. That's my rant. So this is video number 2, technically. Well, part 2 of 2, because I accidentally got off. So I'm just headed to the bank right now because I had to deposit some money to pay my rent. And I guess either later on today or tomorrow, part 3, and we're just going to do this and see where it goes. So thanks for listening to me. Nice to meet you all. You met me and Selyna. You'll see more. I won't put up depressing stuff like this stuff or this stupid story, but things will get better. They always do. So everyone have a great day. God bless. Be safe out there.